The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only 96.9 FM.
I'm a Superman, a thanks to Lois Lane. Used to weigh my problems when I went insane. Took me from the depths when I lost my name. Ooh, give me something I could live for. Now everyone is wondering what's the change.
Talking Heads with Naughty and MJ is brought to you by Assurance Home Care, Burger King, Easy Car Sales, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
I will be there when you need me. I will be there when you cry, baby. I will be there when you need someone to tell you that you're beautiful, baby. I will be there when you need someone to run away. I will be there when you need someone to dance with. I'm your lover till the skies turn gray, girl. Cause you're beautiful, baby. Yes, you're beautiful. Oh, you're beautiful. Yes, you're beautiful, baby. Yes, you're beautiful. Yes, you're beautiful. Yes, you're beautiful, baby. Feel butterflies when I'm in your hands. You can turn the pavement into white sand. You can make a moment a memory in a glance. And I can't believe anyone else. Everybody's talking, you're always shining. You never stop listening, baby. And I never thought someone could love someone so much love, give up on everything. I know I will be there when you need me. I will be there when you need someone to tell you that you're beautiful, baby. I will be there when you need someone to run away. I will be there when you need someone to dance with. I'm your lover till the skies turn gray, girl. Oh, you're beautiful, baby. Till it's beautiful. Oh, you're beautiful. Yes, you're beautiful, baby. Oh, yes, you're beautiful. Yes, you're beautiful. Oh, you're beautiful, baby. There's a million people underneath the sun that can find a million more but never find the one. There's a girl who did this and the social life was on magazines, was a shine time. I'm a Superman and thanks to Lois Lane. Used to weigh my problems when I went insane. And I never thought someone could love someone so much that...
You've got it locked and loaded to the Friday, February 13th edition of Talking Heads. The voice of Taurus, Singy Riley, bringing us in. It is Valentine weekend. And I do apologize for the late start in the show today, but MJ and I started off Valentine a little early.
Oh, boy.
I was shooting arrows around the house today. Call me Cupid with the big bow and arrow.
TMI.
Love you. But yeah, we're here. And it's Friday. And
Friday
it's all
the
good.
13th.
Friday the
but
13th.
more importantly, Valentine's Eve.
And let me make it official for Friday the 13th. Choo, 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 cha, 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 choo, 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 cha, 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 cha. Shout out to Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
All right. We got lots to talk about today, folks. We're going to open the lines. It's the Week in Review. MJ, where do we start today? Because there's a lot of BS we got to be caught.
The Week in Review, so we'll do the Week in Review.
But I want to deal with some of the things I heard today.
Like
mold.
Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate.
Anyway, but like I said, we got lots to talk about. You want to chime in? You want to be part of the conversation? Here's how.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
Text lines powered by BTC. 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines open in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Toll free in anyone in the Family Islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Stream us live, take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969, BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. MJB just reached phones blowing up. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking heads.
Hey, Naughty, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
I tell you, MJ, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you. I hope you have some good plans for the weekend.
Oh, yes. I'll give my wife her flowers.
There you go.
I'm planning on taking her out to dinner tomorrow.
Excellent.
Having a good time.
I
And
love
shoot it with a big bow and arrow at the end of it all, my brother.
I love it.
Oh,
A man with a plan.
Make sure you hit the bullseye.
Y'all have a good weekend, man.
You have
too,
a
my
great
brother.
one,
Be
too.
safe. Enjoy it to the fullest, eh?
As well. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that. Talking heads.
What's going on, Papa?
What's going on?
MJ,
Hey. Hey, how are you?
I'm blessed. Thank you so much for asking. I just wanted to say, if your boy was shooting arrows like Cupid, right?
Uh-huh.
And I know this ain't your sports hour.
Uh-huh.
Like LeBron was doing the triple-double and setting a new record. MJ, you should be a happy woman. That's all I got to say. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all.
Have a great
Yeah, but let me
weekend.
tell you something, man. Unlike LeBron, when it's crunch time, a couple seconds left on the clock, I don't pass the ball up there, knowledge. I take it straight across the lane and hard to the hole, brother, and I finish like Kobe.
It's going to be, but you have to admit, for all of the LeBron fans out there, the next
LeBron sexuals?
the next year or two is going to be bittersweet for them because that's their guy, and you know he's probably on his last year or two.
That happens to be like knowledge's bronze sexual card is in single digits. Okay? And another one whose bronze sexual card is in single digits, I heard him today running on earlier. Eric Sawyer, you need to report to the press box on Sunday. Football season over. It's basketball now, so you know what you got to do. We'll see you Sunday. And bring all the bronze sexual talks.
What is the big? Is basketball going to be the focal point now because
Well, after
football
this-
is over?
After this absolutely ridiculous All-Star weekend that is not anywhere
That's
near
right.
the format that I appreciate, you got a good second half of the season coming up. Very interested in the Western Conference with injuries to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Your Spurs may end up with the number 1 seed. My Lakers look to hover between 3, 4, 5, and 6 as far as the seedings go. The Eastern Conference is still anybody's race, but it should be some exciting basketball down to the wire. You still got March Madness coming up with college basketball, men and women's college basketball. You got your bracketology coming up. Baseball open soon. You got the Kentucky Derby in May. You got the draft in April, Kentucky Derby in May. Regionals. Then we get Exhale. And we only got 1 month to kill
All
before
goes
football
right
in
back to
August.
football. All right, we'll talk about that more, of course, in the 5 o'clock hour.
But we got, like I said, we got lots to talk about. And one thing I do want to talk, I want to make this statement. And whoever wants to chime in, that's fine. It could be part of the conversation. Let me go on record and say, if you come from any part of the world, any nook, cranny from the world, and you feel that the Bahamas is a better place for you, and you come to this country and you do it the right way and you do it the legal way, I applaud you. I'll teach you the culture. I'll teach you about Kong salad. I'll teach you about kalek. I'll teach you about stew. I'll teach you about sauce. MJ will teach you all what you need to know about Bahamian folklore. We'll get you acclimated. But one thing you will do is remember that English is the national language of the Bahamas. And no disrespect to anyone, but English is the national language.
We do have some bilingual Bahamians, you know.
I'm bilingual.
Yes,
My
you
daddy's
are.
Spanish. I can speak
But the
Spanish
official
fluently.
language of the country
is English.
Yeah. And props out too, you know. I mean, it'll be something in the future when we see a lot of, more bilingual Bahamian students that speak Spanish,
language.
right? That speak French, that speak and
My-
all those different
Is
languages.
it?
Well, yeah, but, you know.
Don't let
so
Ambassador
that'll-
Walker hear you say.
But let's get... Shouts out to the crew down there at the U.S.
But
Embassy as
I do
well.
have to say, and the reason why
Oh, wow.
I'm saying it, MJ,
Uh-huh.
is because at the end of the day,
Uh-huh.
I'm still a proud Bahamian. I
I
love the
think we all
242. And when I know that 5,000 young people, or maybe more, come out every year out of high school, some do not go on to secondary education like college or whatever, and they work. They join the workforce.
Yeah.
A lot of them complain that there is no options, there are no jobs, unemployment is high.
Yeah, we have to work on that.
And when I see, and shout out to Starbucks, the brand new Starbucks out there. Big up, big up, big up. When I'm exiting now, holding my coffee and MJ's coffee, and I hear two security guards in full-blown Creole. Hold on, I have to ask, what's really going on here? And I understand
Why? Because
maybe
you consider that a job that
Bahamians could do, and for the least, they should be
conversation-
speaking in English.
Well, okay, let's look at it. And this is because this touches on immigration, which I think is a very touchy subject. But this is where information becomes important, right? Because you view things differently if you have more information to make a more informed opinion. For example, you could have been witnessing to, and I know Bahamians don't like this, but this is a reality of our existence in our country, because we do have a lot of people here from many different places. You could be witnessing Bahamians of Haitian descent that are conversing in maybe the language that's more practiced in their home. That could be it. Now, if you find out that this is a situation where work permits were granted for these types of positions, so I think a lot of the conversations that we have revolve around the fact that there isn't sufficient information being given by our government for Bahamians to even really know how they feel about they know they feel something is not like on the up and up because of the lack of information. But I think when we have conversations like this, it would be better to know exactly what it is you're seeing, so that, like I said, you could make a more informed opinion of it. Because you would look at the same situation through very different lens depending on what the actual factual scenario is.
Okay, you know what? I think for the first time in the history of this show, there's a little fork in the road. I agree with your points, they're valid points, but based on my experience and my existence in this country,
anecdotal,
most of my Haitian Bahamians of Haitian descent speak like me.
Well, yeah, because
And
they're
speak like you.
they're
No
Bahamians.
offense, 'cause they're acclimated
But
and-
they're Bahamians.
and assimilated. Correct.
Right, okay.
So at the end of the day, and it's not just that I'm picking on one nationality, the national language is English. So I would prefer to hear English over Creole, English over Spanish, English over Russian, English over Chinese, English over Swahili, or whatever the African dialect that is spoken here at the tire shops and the pharmacies and so on.
Listen,
because there's a lot of different nationalities.
Okay, I get it, but let me put this in front of you. You see two persons having a conversation, right? And it's in a different language. When you had family visit here, when we had family, because they're my family as well, visit here from Spain, they converse in English because, Europeans, they know many different languages. But there were many times when you and your cousins just spoke Spanish. That happens. And I'm saying that unless you know the full situation, whether or not this is a person or persons that are newly arrived on work permits, that would be concerning for a position like that, which you would think you would not have to issue work permits for. But if it's someone of that heritage and that's the language that they speak in their home, you may be looking at a different scenario. So I know that Bahamians are very upset at the immigration issue. I share your concerns. I feel like we don't have enough information. I feel like something is happening in this country and everyone wants to say, oh no, everything's fine, and the house is on fire. I get that.
Okay.
But I just saying in certain scenarios, I don't want to jump to conclusions unless we have more fulsome information.
I will acquiesce to your first point regarding the language and the dialect and the conversations.
Sure.
The second point, if you're not got a work permit and you're speaking in Creole,
But see, we
Houston,
don't
we got
know
a
that,
problem.
but I agree.
But if you're not speaking in Creole and you got a work permit and the Bahamian could do that job,
only because
Houston,
what
we
that
have a problem.
particular job is, right? That job.
Security.
Yeah.
Now, there may
that
be some
job is
specialty stuff that involves a work permit that requires special training that someone of Haitian origin might have to come here and do, just like somebody from anywhere else. I can understand that.
In some industries, it's
but if
needed.
it's a job that Bahamians can do and Bahamians are being
positions,
displaced for Houston, we have a problem.
Entry-level positions, I wholeheartedly agree that should not be happening. But again, we don't have information, and I think that is one of the biggest complaints about this administration that is valid, which is that they do not want to be accountable to the Bahamian people when it comes to giving in a little bit. This point will come up again.
Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Did we lose that caller?
Hey, guys.
Hey, we got
Hey.
him.
Hey.
Nico, how are you?
Hey, Nico,
Great.
what's happening?
Thank you for, I love this conversation, and I was just going to chime in. I was at immigration, and you know that I'm a senior attorney, and I deal with a great deal of immigration.
Right.
And I was at the window where you collect your cards. And this gentleman, a Haitian gentleman, came up, he had a Bahamian passport.
Okay.
And you know who was interpreting for him?
Interpreting with a Bahamian passport? Who was?
I'm telling you.
This is, interpreting.
An immigration officer was interpreting for him to the people inside that were handing out the cards.
Ooh.
How did he get the Bahamian passport? I ask you when the oath is in English.
That is unbelievable. I mean, I believe you, but
I've seen it
that shouldn't happen.
I have no reason to lie about it.
We believe you. Yeah. How does that happen? What is happening? Something's happening.
I'm a senior immigration lawyer, and I deal with some very complicated matters. But when I saw that, I come from a Greek family.
Right?
Yes. Speak Greek. Inigo speaks a little bit because he's Greek by osmosis. But, we speak English.
Yes.
We don't, talk, we laugh amongst ourselves, and then, 90% of our friends know what the hell we're talking about anyway.
Right.
So it's all jokes and that sort of thing. But I saw it with my own eyes, and an immigration officer, interpreting.
Something is happening, and Bahamians have sensed it.
And it's a red flag, too. Yeah. Then you have the parliamentary registrar's office asking for interpreters.
That's
another red flag.
As I told you guys, give me 6-8 weeks. When this government changes, I'll drain the swamp.
Now, Nico, you got to give fair credit. I mean, you guys know that I speak 3 languages. I speak English, I speak Spanish, and you guys, taught me some Greek. Can I use some of the Greek that y'all taught me on the radio, like Milakis?
No, Milakis doesn't mean what you think.
Oh, what about?
Okay, so so in case there's an interpreter out there, let's not go
Shout out to all my Greek Bahamians. Shout out to all my Greek Bahamians, the Moscows, the Clinarises, the Spacases, the Constantakises, the Cathopouluses. All of y'all Greeks who imported stuff, there's Facuses, all of y'all.
Roll call.
You're not taught me well.
Y'all keep
have
doing
a great,
the good work,
have a great weekend.
I saw it with my own eyes.
Right. Yeah, no. Good. I think there's no denying that something is happening.
There's an issue
and
there.
Bahamians have noticed.
Good stuff, Nico. Let's get to the other call. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Noddy and MJ,
hey.
Good day to both of you.
What's happening, Jeff?
Let me wish both of you, happy Valentine's Day.
And to you, you and yours, Jeff, as well.
Yes.
Shooting your arrows to your lovely
Don't encourage
bride, your lovely wife, and that's excellent.
There you go.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is happening, my brother.
Cupid got to make sure to put his arrows in the right place,
Oh, Lord.
Definitely.
So what you got for us today?
Nico's point, and I suppose that part that he experienced recently.
Yeah.
But this is something we've been talking about for quite some time. And, the concerning part is, how can you have Bahamian documents when you cannot or refuse to speak the Queen's English or English as we know it in this country? How can you do it and speak English? And, we heard the reports, we've heard the allegations that passports are being sent there to persons who, whether it's to the embassy over there or not. I thought that basically, you should be able to speak English, to swear in English to basically have loyalty to this country. But yet we see, even though that is the case, in many cases, I understand that you may have an allegiance to your parents' heritage and everything. But when you're in this country, man, you got to respect the Bahamian people. And there seems to be no respect. And to me personally, I take umbrage, not even per se to those who would have come here, can speak English and have our documents, but to those of us who are Bahamians facilitating the nonsense, giving these documents away like candy, and yet, it's like we shouldn't open our mouths, we shouldn't say anything, or we're labeled as xenophobic and everything, and this nonsense continue. But I'll tell you one thing, as Nico rightfully said, we are hoping for an administration that will come in, look at our immigration policies, look at what has been going on, and if there is the need to reverse some of these documents that has been handed out, because the persons cannot even, swear allegiance to the country. They should be taken back. We cannot continue to be politically correct with this one aspect. And immigration, illegal migration in this country is big business, and the Bahamian people are angry. I don't know, in my closing statement here, I don't know what it's going to take, but we got to find persons who are really serious about being statesmen for this country, being the spokespersons for the average Bahamian. I'm not talking about paper Bahamians. I'm talking about Bahamians that really uphold the laws that's on our books, are ready to hold steadfast to carrying them out, regardless of the public outcry, and doing what is right. That's all I have to say now, Naughty and MJ.
Thank you,
Jeff. Have a great day. I'll continue to listen. And let's progress this conversation, because I don't think this administration is going to do anything about it.
Have a great Valentine's weekend, Jeff. Always great to hear from you. All right, you guys are listening to Talking Heads on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM with Naughty and MJ. We're going to take a break right here. We'll be right back.
Two in the air for the father that's there. 3 in the air for the kids in the ghetto. 4 for the kids that don't want to be there. None for the trying to hold him back. 5 in the air for the teachers not scared.
Crunch boring lunches and enjoy real food at a real good price with KFC's value deals. For $5.95, you can get a famous bowl and drink or a one-piece chicken box. For max value, grab a value box. That's a piece of our iconic chicken, nuggets, cheesy mashed potato, a buttery biscuit, fries, a dessert biscuit, and soda, all for just $9.95. KFC value deals have got the crunch that you're looking for. KFC knows value, and it's finger-licking good.
Struggling to find your financial rhythm? Make that move to Fidelity and let us help you orchestrate your financial goals into perfect harmony with free financial coaching sessions. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Are you or someone you love in need of at-home care support? Maybe you require medication administration, mobility assistance, or post-surgical recovery support. Do you have a loved one who is suffering from Alzheimer's or dementia and need patient-centered support? Well, there's a caring, affordable, and trusted solution available for you. We have certified Bahamian nurses and caregivers, and we can provide both hourly or monthly rates. Call us now for a free consultation at 242-810-8995. At Assurance Home Care, we provide quality care you can trust right at home.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
It's time for the buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John's Shoes.
Best friend, she's always been good to me. She come and take all my troubles away. Yeah, and she don't stray too far from the west end. Nah, she's always been close to me. When she's around, I just drift away. Yeah, high grade is okay. High grade. High grade, me need her each and every day. High grade, come check me today. I need the high grade, you know. Mary Jane, that's my best friend. She's always been good to me.
You've got it locked and loaded to the Friday, February 13th edition of Talking Heads. Carly Budge bringing us in right there. And of course, I gotta Gotta play that for my best friend, my bestie, my numero uno, the love of my life, mi amor querida.
There you go with your special language. Keep going.
Okay, well, let me see if I can.
Go ahead. Although it is a romantic language, one of the Romance languages.
Most people would say, including you, I know Spanish is romantic, but
yeah,
y'all get caught up on the French, though.
No,
like
French
from
is,
France, like.
It is that's a romance.
It sounds like they spitting all the time and hawking.
It's a little rough when you're actually in Paris and you hear it's not as, because when you watch it on television shows or movies, they soften it a little bit. It is much, more rough in real life. I'll give you that.
I was just doing the math. This is our 23rd Valentine's together.
Is that math right?
Yes.
I thought it was the 24th.
Going on the 24th. Because the first year
we started. Men never get the dates right.
If we started going out in June, then our first year was
but you don't have to. It's the 24th.
All right. Well, thank you.
Take my word for it.
All right. Our 24th Valentine's together.
You missed out the COVID year. Like everybody forgets that COVID year. That wasn't a real year.
All I can say is,
crazy.
I never knew love until I met you.
Oh,
and
how very
you didn't have to say it like that.
I'm saying it's sweet.
I love you. I am glad this is our 24th.
Take care of.
A ti también, mi amor. But it's our 24th together. And like I said, always fun doing something new and different each and every Valentine.
So what are we doing this year?
I made a coupon book.
Not that. I can only imagine.
You got some good ones, too.
With your imagination.
You got some good ones, too.
I'm just hoping everybody has a safe and fun Valentine's weekend,
Oh, hold on. We got to shout out Winnipeg, Canada.
Shouts out Canada.
Shout out Barrington and your better half. Happy Valentine's to you in Winnipeg, man. And Barrington's chiming in. Hey, Naughty, happy Valentine's Day to you and my beautiful cousin-in-law from Grand Bahama, MJ. I can't wait for those millions to start rolling into your bank account so you can start paying repatriations to Grand Bahama for that beautiful jewel that we gave you. All the best, brother. I could never pay for MJ. She is priceless. But I will tell you one thing. Something that my father said at his wedding. And being from Spain, he looked at a room full of Bahamians pretty much. One or two of his family members there. And he looked at my grandpa and my grandma. I want to thank you, Bahamians, for showing me love. I love your islands. I love everything about it. I love your waters. But more importantly, I love my wife, who is Bahamian.
Daughter of the soil.
I feel like you've allowed me to walk into your most sacred garden and pick one of the most precious flowers to be mine. I never knew my dad could come up with that kind of
romantic.
Stuff. Considering,
my gosh.
So I Freeport, I feel the same way. You allowed me to go into your sacred garden and pick the most precious flower out to be mine forever and ever, amen. And I will nurture her, and I will water her every chance I get.
Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Ed.
I love it.
Good afternoon,
Hi.
MJ.
Hi.
You guys encouraging a lot of people to be nice to one another and love one another, but Naughty.
Yes, sir.
You was in the garden, but I pray that MJ heart never hardened, and she would always give you a pardon. You know what I mean?
I hope so too.
She don't turn into Osama bin Laden.
Oh wow!
But, you're a poet and you don't know it.
Yeah, but listen to me. I had a Colombian friend just walk out of the upholstery shop, so she's teaching me the Spanish here and then the 7 dirty words, right?
Oh.
Yeah, but
don't you repeat any.
Anyhow, I wanted to get this in as relates to the immigration crisis, et cetera.
Hey.
Corruption, et cetera. I'm juxtaposing everything now, right? And something that's being overlooked that I know, I'm sure, right? You listening? I'm sure that it's not being adhered to. And anyone who believes that it's being adhered to is a mindless idiot. And here's where it's at. You know, when you look at the Constitution as it relates to residency and citizenship, you could go and read it for yourself. And then there's a prerequisite on how long you should be living here before you're given that right, MJ Naughty?
I'm listening.
Right? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There's a prerequisite of how long. So you really think that they are adhering to that? Those years that you have to be here present in order to receive citizenship. If you was to go and if it was somewhere down the line as intelligent as MJ is, you should be able to find a way to really scrutinize that. And I guarantee you people were given citizenship after just spending a brief amount of time here just through money, and there's no way you could deny that. And I'm sure of that. Because you can't, you should be able to document it. So that's just something I thought to drop in there.
Yeah,
I didn't want to hear Bruce speaking not English.
Thanks, 52. I think we can agree that there is something that's broken in our system that needs to be fixed ASAP.
All right, before we get to this next call.
Yeah.
Texas will get to you in a sec. But like I said, corporate has just chimed in. Corporate, I get what you're saying, corporate, but legal has told us to spread the message of love during Valentine's.
Love is in the air.
So corporate and legal, you all get on the same page, show love to each other, and then tell us what to do, and we'll make sure it happens.
Oh, goodness.
But regardless, corporate and legal, we want you to have a good Valentine's this weekend, too.
Yeah.
All right? All right, and hopefully you will find bottled wine of your choice.
There you go.
Let's go back to the phone lines.
Let's get to this call.
Talking Heads.
Yes, sir, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother.
You piggyback on your grandfather a while ago.
Thank you, sir. I'm my father. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I'm happy about the results of the election in Barbados.
That was amazing. That
was a monkey storm. That was more than a landslide.
Yeah. And it's 3 consecutive years, 3 consecutive terms.
Right. Yep. That's amazing. That's quite something.
They love up some Mia.
They do. They surely do love her.
Yeah.
Well,
she actually took the leadership over to a former prime minister to get the leadership of that party. So she has a history, you know.
Yeah, she does.
But she's well loved, and Barbados is a country of its own because you know who the national hero is?
Rihanna.
Okay.
Rihanna.
Very brave.
With a big forehead.
Not many person will give a young person
That's right.
Student, but
you're right.
She's well deserved because she's the most popular Bahamian.
Now, I got to ask you this question. My wife is a big fan of Rihanna. I'm a fan of Rihanna.
I love Rihanna.
But I heard that Barbados made her forehead a national landmark.
You know what? That's enough. Thank you.
No. Let Noddy talk because here was happening. I was out of the news so much. I was so far in the Middle East and all these other places that I didn't realize that Rihanna was a national hero until last night.
Oh wow!
And I got caught up on Rihanna, and I stayed a lot. I stayed some very ungodly hours searching for...
Away from the remote control and leave the music videos alone. Go and sit no more and have a great weekend.
We do love Rihanna. Thank you so much, caller.
No, I'm proud of Riri. Don't mind me cracking joke on Riri. I think she's done a great job with her whole entire career.
Right.
And where she's at with A$AP Rocky, man, I mean, they're quite the couple.
Right.
Every time I look up and another kid.
Yeah, no, she's happy.
And she's done
happy.
a fashion line, she's done a shoe line, she's done a cosmetic line. She has flipped it. I am not mad. You know there's only one other person, and we'll get to that in a second. And you'll remember him. One-hit wonder, Chameleonaire.
Right.
All right?
Riding Dirty.
Off of Riding Dirty.
And Good Morning.
He moved to Silicon Valley.
Okay.
Opened up his house to young Asian, American, Indian, American, and some techies from all over the world.
Yeah.
They came up with the video that he saw at the Disney color video maker that you make, the app that you can make Disney videos with.
Okay.
$100 million for that. Then he invested it and flipped it, and then he went into Uber into something else. He is now worth almost nearing $1 billion. He's over $700 million.
$1 billion.
He's up to $700 million in investments. When you think that
investments,
investments,
all right, I could
but
see
he's
that.
done very well. The Chameleonaire. I saw that yesterday. I read that article. I was shocked.
Yeah, but the song made him famous,
and I had him, in the category.
Song was a seed money for him.
Yeah, a one-hit wonder, and his whole thing was you do not have to be a rapper or a drug dealer when you come from the hood. You take your opportunity and flip it. There's millions of businesses out there that you could be successful with, and he did. So I thought that was impressive considering he had that one hit, but he flipped it. And he made money off it. All right, let's check the text lines real quick. Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. I have a name for the PM. Myopic. The government still has myopic attitude toward public and spendings. Yeah.
We'll do a midterm budget debate soon, right? Do that.
Good afternoon, Naughty, and my favorite host, MJ. Happy Valentine's to you. I know why you're not sending all kind of flowers to MJ in the text, but anyway,
Thank
there.
you, Texter.
Friday the 13th came with an island-wide power outage in Eleuthera. Most of the week, no water, and schools had to be let out early. Heaven help us. Hey, Naughty, if my neighbors plan to take me out, I would be history because I can't understand Creole. Oh, my God.
You know the crazy thing about that, about the water being out, the electricity, and then subsequently schools being out, that is one of the problems
but yet
in this country.
You see Mr. Clay Sweeten, the MP from Eleuthera, doing TikTok videos, rapping over, hey, Clay, stick to a song that would more suit you, because when you voicing over that song, no. I'm thinking more when you talk, I should hear or sing like Leonard Skinner come out or something Southern, like that right there.
So here's the thing, and
But
I get
mean,
it. The politicians.
You can't be bragging about being the minister of works if your own constituency, if your own island is in deplorable situation.
So here's where this looks crazy. So you're dancing and releasing videos on TikTok, which I say, okay, fine.
And the Larry
That's
Bird
fine.
wannabe jump shots.
That
Don't
is
forget
where a
them.
lot of young people are, medium to get some of your points out. But
him and Minnis
when
running
you-
competition for TikTok. Let's be real.
When you do that, and then you hear things like schools had to be let out because of the the inconsistent power supply, the inconsistent water supply. These are basic needs in a modern Bahamian society, and Eleuthera is having to live with repeated interruptions. That's when your dancing and playing around starts to look very very juvenile and like you're not on top of your
Correct.
actual
And
job.
if you want to impress your constituents, fix their needs, solve their problems. Roads, great, but not a necessity.
I mean,
glass window bridge in the future.
You need roads because you have to move.
Right.
You have to move product. Right.
Right.
So that is a necessity.
Wrong word. I said necessity. I meant priority. Yes, you need the roads, but everyday water and electricity is more priority
in the hierarchy.
Let's be
roads
real.
are on there, but in the
roads are up
hierarchy,
there.
yeah, I agree. You need electricity.
You can't
need
be
water.
bragging on roads, and you can't be bragging on what will come for the glass window bridge when you got people with no power.
I'm so sorry.
And no
Eleuthera.
water.
I'm sorry. Eleuthera's been living with this for a very long time.
And my
so
grandpa,
sorry.
Cam Thompson, was from North Palmetto Point, and you know what? Outside of Grand Bahama, where my in-laws are, I ride for North Palmetto Point in Eleuthera. Y'all need to do better. Clay Sweeten, Minister of Works, you need to do better in your own constituency. You know what they say? Charity begins at home. Well, fixing the problem begins in Eleuthera. That's your constituency. Before you could fix anything anywhere else, you should make sure your constituents are taken care of.
I know there's some campaigning going on now, but I wonder how much time some of the ministers spend in their own constituency and experience. Because I have a feeling that the majority of the time, except when he's not here in the House, or he has a ministry, so that probably interferes with the schedule. But if he had to be there every day and experience this every day, even if he set up as Minister of Works, would he find this acceptable? Would he be able to do his job? He wouldn't. You have schools being let out because we don't have the proper power supply, water supply.
And then
if he can function there, why does he expect that his constituents in Eleuthera can function properly?
And there seems to be a lot of left wanting by Mr. Sweeten, or a lot of loose ends. Because if you look at Abaco, bragged on destroying the shantytown, knocking down the shantytown, but the debris is still there and it's turned into a dump.
Speaking of debris, I see some sidewalk work being done right there by Saunders Beach.
We finally figured it out today. Everybody who's been wondering
and asking
why are those concrete slabs on the other side on the park?
That's the sidewalk that was there before that was broken up, and it's now sitting in the big open field right there by Saunders Beach. I'm going to think that it's going to be removed soon, but yeah, let's move with some swiftness now, because that's another thing. The pace at which some of these things are being done is open to criticism.
Naughty Chameleonaire did for who? Asian Americans, Jewish Americans, what about Black Americans? His whole team and management and exec Americans. And yes, there were some young African American web and app developers in there as well. So yeah, but yeah, like you say, big up to him still, and big up to anybody who could flip it, man. And shout out to my boy, local artist Joe Capone, doing his big thing, man.
Yeah.
Very entrepreneurial, Joe. Glad I see you doing what you're doing today, man. Very innovative, very entrepreneurial. Both of us are proud of you, bro. Naughty and MJ Blessings, there was a story of an NIB manager on one of the islands selling cards, and he was just fired from the board. What kind of cards, Texas? Allegedly, let us know. Good afternoon. While out campaigning a few days ago, I met a woman whose son was denied a voter's card because he is mentally challenged. They told him that since he couldn't recite the oath without assistance, he would not be allowed to register.
And there you go. So if that is the standard, it
and
has
if you're
to be
mentally challenged
to.
and can't say it, well, if you can't speak the language, that means you can't say the oath. And it shouldn't be translated for you to say it. If you come into this country, you need to be able to speak English first.
I think for sure there are some questions that are going to have to be answered pretty soon. One of those questions... Sorry, go ahead. No, let's clear.
Naughty, I heard the Chinese were using toxic paint. MJ and I discussed this weeks ago when, yes, but the paint was not of a safe caliber.
Well,
there are issues.
For playgrounds.
For playgrounds,
maybe in
for
other
sure.
instances it'll be fine, but we have to... I heard someone talking about this the other day about how, there needs to be oversight, the proper oversight for a lot of these projects that take place,
Naughty and MJ, good afternoon. You see how all these local politicians posting up about Mia Motley, but unwilling to do what it takes to be such a leader?
Very interesting take, Texter. Yeah, that's going to hurt a couple. I mean, if
all
they
right.
care.
Let's
they
get to the phone line.
They don't care.
Talking heads.
About the baitiness of the public stuff, you know that if you have a culture where most of that is being supported by contracts, you are going to have a problem, right?
Go ahead, caller. Finish elaborate.
So, do you understand me?
Yes, go ahead.
Most of the public infrastructure, all the cleaning, all the street cleaning, all the garbage disposal is done by contracts. In the past, these things were done by, all the different government departments. And the problem now is that, when the guys get paid, there is no accountability. Stuff is left piled up all over the place.
I know. I mean, and like you say, contract. You have a lot of political supporters that they support parties based on contract.
And the problem is that both parties are guilty of it. Now, this is one aspect of the culture that we as the people probably have to deal with.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned, contracts are the devil. Okay.
Why contracts has caused problems, cause family to fall out.
As long as you have a truck, a wheelbarrow, a shovel, and a pickaxe, you can become a contractor.
Yeah.
In this country.
Yeah, especially if you got that link. I know exactly what you mean. But we do got to get to the break, man. Great time. And as we get to the break, like I said, we'll be going over into the 5 o'clock hour. We got a few more things to discuss and talk about politically. And also, we're going to get into sports. All right? So we got lots to talk about on the flip side of the break. And all you got to do is keep it right where you got it. The Friday, February 13th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
What it takes to come alive. It's the way I'm feeling, I just can't deny. But I gotta let it go. We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in a hopeless
Forget them flower, forget them check. You know it's Tommy, get the respect. AP is hot, we sitting close. Breeze on your lip, that's how I know. You is my person, that ain't
thighs, and legs for just $20. Add a large side for $5. This February, love deserves a bucket. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better. Magazines and flyers, for window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape, a Carib-Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more. There's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Kaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good food, it's an experience.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
I don't know if MJ told you this, but this song is make me dance. I get up on this table and I dance on this mofo right now.
Pretty sure we don't want to see that.
And don't make me hit you with a old school. And if I didn't have this call, my would have sounded a lot better.
He danced on the table, it'll be Friday the 13th for real, for real, for real.
Okay, you around here laughing, dancing, kiki. You know what is tradition in our household.
Don't share too much information.
I give you that lap dance for Valentine's.
Not too much information, please.
Don't stop, get it. You got any Luke Skywalker in the back? I want to leave with Luke Skywalker to motivate me for when I do the lap dance for MJ, the Thunder from Down Under dance on the weekend.
Double, triple, quadruple check that it's clean, please, because wow.
And I want the look. Don't stop, get it. Don't stop, get it.
Please stop.
So we Texas said me, yes, the Luke Skywalker. You know what time it is, Texter?
So we have to talk.
Second, just do y'all see the broadness of my musical selection?
Yeah, no, for sure.
If you think my musical selection is broad, it is very narrow compared to MJ's, which her musical selection, man.
No, but you really hit the old school stuff, you know, and I hit certain other genres, but
it's not a nice way. You calling me Dino?
No. No.
No, but that Rihanna joint right there, that's a tough one. I like that, man.
Yeah.
You just walk on that clean Luke Skywalker. I don't know if you can find it.
Yeah, that may not even exist. So.
All right, so.
Grand Bahama and the Grand Ukiah, more specifically, that's where our interests lie. We're taxpayers. That hotel belongs to the Bahamian people. Well, does it, or was it sold? Was it sold?
I think we should not call this the Grand Ukiah anymore. I think we should change the name of all of this to the See What Had Happened Chronicles. Come to the Grand Ukiah, it's see what had happened is we couldn't get it done because.
So this is the latest reporting out of The Guardian. Prime Minister Philip Davis said yesterday that since the government signed off on a heads of agreement with Concord Wiltshire last May for the resort, they have been working together to secure the right branding partners and remediate serious mold issues that could have compromised the entire transaction. Now, hold up, end quote. Now, hold up, wait a minute. Ooh. Hold up, wait a minute. And, I'm laughing on the outside, but I'm crying on the inside.
I have to ask a question.
This is,
and it's not just the PM. It's other politicos in this country. But in this instance, I have to ask, because he made the statement, can a politician or maybe somebody from the OPM call me and let me know, in this instance, Mr. Davis, and in another instance, other members of this administration, how do they contort their mouth to form, to allow such manure?
So let's talk about what
mold.
Let's talk about what we know.
But MJ, hold on a second. Isn't this the same Grand Lucayan that was sold and the 120 million was supposed to be in the bank, and they brought in a bulldozer and knocked down half of the building, and then a week later they fixed it back up, and you should have known something was wrong from then. But now blaming this on mold?
This is crazy stuff. So now we're hearing that, you know, the inability, I guess, to remediate serious mold issues could have compromised the entire transaction.
Time out.
I am going to...
There are valid mold remediation companies left in Grand Bahama post-Dorian that were dealing with mold remediation, not only in Grand Bahama, but Abaco.
How is this coming up at this stage? You would think a company like Concord Wilshire, which by all reports seems to be a reputable company, you know, they've done other deals. This one is a big one, almost $1 billion.
They're more boutique, but
this one is a big one.
This is a big one.
But how did we get to the stage of the hotel is sold in here without the due diligence that would have been required before? How is the mold now an issue?
Okay.
How is the mold now an issue? And how are we being told almost a year later that now mold may be an issue? Is mold an issue? Because the renderings that they showed us looked like most of the buildings were gone. So would mold still be an issue, or are you knocking down those buildings?
Trying to say,
what exactly is happening?
All right, wasn't they supposed to demolish the resort, or
what is
70% of it? So if you got mold and you know you got mold, but you know you're going to demolish it, you don't need to spend no money remediating the mold because you're knocking it down and clearing it out.
And here's another question, right? When did we discover about this? The fact that there was no due diligence on, I guess, either side, that this is now an issue, is quite concerning in itself. But let us not forget, we've had staff sporadically, of course, because they're not, you know, as full as they used to be, in and out of that property for the past year while it's remained in limbo, some sort of limbo, exposed to the mold. Like, what's really going on? Where's the mold? Like, we're going to need some more information to really... And the fact that you're saying that...
And don't just come blame the mold now.
It has compromised the entire transaction. That is simply unbelievable.
Because Deputy Prime Minister, Mr. Cooper, said the money was in the bank.
This is unbelievable.
And now it's don't talk to him, you dealing with it? Well...
When people talk about trust... It's because of stuff like this. You're telling us now, when you've said that it's been sold, when you've allowed it to go a year with inconsistent water supply, because we heard the water was off at some point, back on, and then something with the power on and off, the AC system, which is a contributing factor if you get into these mold situations. That has been plagued as well. You can't even manage to get this part of it right. Like, what is going on? When Bahama announced that they were building $700 million, the things they're going to do, did it cross your mind for 1 second that wasn't going to happen?
No, that's going to happen.
Trust. When the government says...
There's one thing I must say, and I think it's Mr. Davis, Graham Davis, who's the head honcho down there.
Right.
Whenever he's made a press release from the inception of him taking up employment down there,
right,
it has always been pretty close or dead on to what they say.
So when they made that announcement, you heard it, you said, this is happening, right?
Correct. And I look at the business down there and it's viable. I get it. It makes sense.
So that's trust. When the government says we sold a hotel.
One point, they're going to have a partner of a branding that's going to come in and be a brand.
When the government said we sold a hotel, did you immediately believe it?
No.
That's what a lack of trust looks like. That's what it feels like. When you consider the source, when you consider the history, when you consider what's been said before. And that is the zone that this government is in now. To come back almost a year later and bring to our doorsteps mold as the issue that could compromise the entire transaction. I'm sorry, that's simply unbelievable.
It's bad.
And this is where the lack of trust comes in.
And it shows, too, the lack of respect that this administration has for the Bahamian people. Because, you know, we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. You know what? We could put some sort of spin on it. And a little, tell him it had mold. Yeah, it's mold.
I'll quote a little bit more from the Prime Minister before we go to the phone lines. He said, quote, "I will not pretend this has been easy. It has not. Our aim is a functioning, viable resort that creates jobs and confidence. You deserve both honesty and delivery. You will get both. End quote. Okay, the delivery, you could put that in future tense. Why is honesty in future tense? Why aren't we getting honesty right now? Because I'm going to tell you, the mole thing does not sound like honesty.
I'm going to use one of the PM's favorite words here. Mr. Prime Minister, please, you nor anybody else from your administration speak on this until you have a deal done behind closed doors. Because the more you and your administration speak on Grand Lucayan and the sale or lack thereof, you look stupid.
Well, I hate that word. Let's
You
not
hate
use
it,
that
but
word.
they look
Let's not-
stupid over there.
So the
but
cows,
you hate that word, but the PM love to use that word.
So I think it's a little bit late for that. We have a mid-year budget debate coming up soon. So I expect to hear where the $120 million fits into the country's finances.
That's in the bank, man. I didn't tell you.
expect to hear
Let's
that.
go to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Good afternoon, Naughty. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
Happy Love Fest to you and your beautiful wife.
Throwback.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Throwback. Happy Valentine's to you as well.
Naughty, you remember that scene from one movie where he said, "Holy moly, Danesha."
What?
Holy.
I didn't even hear you. I didn't hear you completely. What is holy moly?
Holy moly, Danesha.
Holy moly, whatever. Okay, yeah.
You understand it, Naughty, but it's a moldy situation, and Naughty, I couldn't help but seize the moment that if you in fact have a mold-like situation anywhere, whether it's a hotel or anywhere, www.divinetouch242.com. We will mediate all mold services.
Especially
we provide all mold remediation services, hotel policy, whatever it is. If you buy in a hotel, or if you ain't buying a hotel yet, we can provide you with services. So see this as an opportunity, please, people. Let's look for the silver lining in the dark cloud. And so I just want to extend my services. My
let me ask you,
you and MJ continue doing the great job.
I got a question for you.
This is a moldy situation based on how long we've been dealing with it. So that's the right. They came up with something that's relevant.
Okay, but let me ask you, in your learned capacity of being a mold remediation specialist, if I was going to maintain the building and it had mold, I would need your services, correct?
Very much so.
Now, if I'm going to demolish the building, I don't really need your services, do I?
It all depends. The mold may be so bad that when you demolish the building, you don't want it to get airborne, and so we may need to do some services prior to. It all depends. But again, when we're locked out of understanding what's in these heads of agreement, or you're not invited, or you did not attend the what was it, that was a groundbreaking or destruction breaking or whatever that was when they had the event down there.
Right. That was a party
that they put the wood up over.
Yeah.
Like, if we weren't there in the discussions to that, we don't know if you need mold remediation services before, during, or after.
But like MJ said earlier, if we're going to seal a deal, shouldn't we inspect the property to know exactly what's going on?
I would think they would have considered that before the price was finalized.
Most things in our administrations, don't care what color it is. If someone is off or on vacation today, that servicing can get done. So let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. Whoever's responsible for mold remediation when they cut the deal was on vacation.
And that wasn't no groundbreaking. That's called ground faking. Anyway, be safe and we can talk later. Enjoy your Valentine.
It's called demolition, Naughty. It's called demolition or dummy demolition.
Y'all ain't easy.
Good stuff, man. Enjoy your weekend. Let's get to the other calls. Talking heads.
Yes, how you doing to both of you?
Hey, what's going on, Seattle?
Happy Valentine's Day. Right?
And to you and yours.
I don't have to guess about the hotel. I know what the hotel is. I had the opportunity to go into the data room as a prospective purchaser.
Okay. What did you find?
I found out if to remove...
Wow.
That's an unorthodox method.
That ain't mold. That sounds like a small forest.
That's not normal.
Jeez.
Oh, boy.
Listen to me, please, okay? There's 542 rooms in the Grand Lucayan, 496 in Memories, okay, and 196 in Lighthouse Point, total of 1,234 rooms. The only place that is open there, or has been open there for a number of years, has been the Lighthouse Point, to which 50% of the rooms is that's open. That's about 100. Those rooms have they need to get. They were almost getting more remediation every other month. Practically, travel agents practically were not sending people there because you could not remove the mold because it's so bad.
Wow.
So we only need to look, and the memories, it was shut down totally, and so was the Lighthouse Point. Memories was far gone based on the age of the hotel. The same thing with Lighthouse Point. It was antiquated. In fact, if you look at reviews on it, they tell you if you want to experience throwback to the 60s and 70s.
Oh, no. Oh.
Please visit the Lighthouse Point.
Oh, I hate that.
So I'm simply saying is that those individuals did their due diligence. There's no way, you have a hotel that was appraised at less than $50 million or $30 million almost 8, 9, 10 years ago. They came back, and so you're telling me that this multi-billion-dollar company is so inept in their evaluation and process that you would pay $120 million.
That's the implication.
For something, even with the appraisal. The appraisal is there. It's part of the public thing.
I'm going to have a look at that. Thank you.
I'll send it to you. But my
Please
point
do.
is that
Good stuff, Seattle. I appreciate you. Enjoy your weekend, man. Happy Valentine. Let's get to this other call. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Hey, Nico and MJ, it's Nico.
Hey, Nico.
He suffered a severe concussion a couple of days ago.
Oh, so sorry to hear that.
To his house.
Okay,
and
so
I had to turn back.
speedy recovery.
Listening to the radio. Just give me a minute. Now, this statement, as you're reporting in regard to saying that there's mold, I'd like you to take the perspective from a senior lawyer, a land lawyer, and a number of things that I do, as you guys know. When you are entering into negotiations in regard for the sale of land or this hotel and that sort of thing, there's a number of steps that you have to go through, and there's a great deal of due diligence. Now, C. Allen hit the nail on the head, and he has been in there, and if you have to remove it mold by way of a chainsaw, which is shocking, This is very concerning, coming out of the mouth of the man that sits in the seat of power for this country. Yeah. The due diligence that has to be done,
right,
and then the entering into the agreement for sale would disclose we have to do this, or the other side would say you have to remediate this or do that.
Right.
Then you enter into a heads of agreement, and then you're coming out and saying, oh, man, we just found a little patch of mold.
You know what?
Okay, hold on. It gets even better.
Okay.
So, there was a statement that was made. I was sitting as the chairman on a committee for disbarment of an attorney when I was vice president or acting president of the bar. I can't remember. It's been a number of years. And a statement was made, and a senior to me, one of my mentors, asked the individual if she looked like she wore a sign. I didn't know what that meant at the time. You guys can look it up. It's a Bahamian saying.
If she wore what?
Thanks.
A sign.
What if you?
Whether she was an invalid or mentally challenged.
That's not nice.
We're being dealt with as we're wearing a sign. That's what they think of us. And these guys are coming in. They're asking for another 5 years. Well, guess what? A lot of us don't wear a sign.
Thank you so much,
Good
Nico.
stuff, Nico. Appreciate you. And speedy recovery to your son.
Yes, indeed.
But I think that's Terry. His son's name Terry, I think.
Speedy recovery, Terry. But the mold thing now, really, come on. You couldn't think of something a little bit better than that.
Don't make me laugh because I'm trying to keep a straight face to read
people
this
use
text.
that expression, insult my intelligence. Feels like that.
And his intelligence really insulted right now.
It just feels like every Bahamian looking at this really, y'all come back a year later talking about mold?
Mold?
Can not be for real.
Now, let me try to keep a straight face with this one. Good
Double
afternoon,
negative.
Naughty and MJ. The more the PM speaks, the more, and I'm reading it just out of text to put it, Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. The more the PM speaks, the more I disbelieve everything Kingsley Smith said.
I was just going to get to that. Perfect.
I sure God was pleased with what Smith shared, in all honesty. I bet you.
Perfect. I thought about that. I was like, you know what? A couple of weeks ago.
If that's the only thing he's
when he
done
was in
right,
the hot seat and he kind of let it, the cat out the bag that the deal was dead.
Talking
Because
about
that's
the
what
isling?
Like when he was talking about the isling and he said basically transactions fall through. He was giving us, like, I guess, what he must have known up to that point.
Would you call that a Freudian slip?
Something like that. And then he kind of, they kind of got him back in line. Put out this long, I didn't read that whole thing. That was
but
too
if
much.
you don't shut up now.
That was too much. Walking that back, that was too much. I didn't read the whole thing. But now we come a couple of weeks later and they trying to float this trial balloon of, well, understand, we trying. And now we just realized, oh my God, we got mold. Mind you, workers been in and out of, like House of versus mold situation. Workers been in and out of that building for over a year. And to me, it sounds like
that's the same workers who've been in and out of the mold who they haven't paid yet.
Who ain't get paid, right?
Oh, okay.
Those workers. And it sounds like the asset, because it's an asset of the Bahamian people, citizens, taxpayers, is continuing to depreciate. And they're trying to give us this soft excuse about this hotel not being sold. We're going to hear pretty soon that this ain't sold.
The texter just brought up a good point.
Hey.
It's $1 million a month operating expense allocated for Grand Lucayan. So where the money been going?
Well,
that's a question. If you budgeted $1 million a month to maintain it, upkeep it, and like you say, maintain it until you can get a sale. If you got mold so deep that you could use a chainsaw on it, some of that $1 million is allocated a month should go to mold remediation.
But we're not even sure that's being paid out anymore. We know that a lot of the staff has been sent home.
Workers can't get paid, so where's the money going?
They're not getting paid. We're not sure that $1 million a month is happening anymore because you remember now, we were told this thing was sold.
And the money was in the bank.
We were told this asset was sold, and now we're sort of being slow walked into what had happened was a situation where we're going to learn pretty soon, well, it's not really sold, and they don't really have control, and we're looking for branding partners and all these other kinds of excuses.
Garbage.
At the end of the day, if honesty is what's being promised, then just be honest with the Bahamian people.
Naughty and MJ, mold is in a lot of government offices, just not in the Grand Lucayan, but in many offices in New Providence and throughout the Family Islands.
Well, that is unfortunate.
And I've heard that story before.
That's unfortunate.
Well, hold on a second. Didn't we have a big $1.7 million contract with an air conditioner that involved mold remediation too?
That was an HVAC
So that's
contract.
another government office with mold in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't doubt the texter that, mold exists. Climate. Maintenance is our Achilles heel, let's be honest, right?
Correct. We can't maintain nothing.
Maintenance is...
Look at the stadiums. Look at other things. Not maintained well.
Hospitals, the big elephant in the room.
There's one that I know. Davis hails strong relationship between Bahamas and China. During a lavish celebration of the Chinese New Year last night, Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis hailed a strong relationship between the Bahamas and China. I'm pleased to say that the relationship between the Bahamas and China continues to develop in meaningful, certainly in ways that have tangible impact. Davis said during a reception at Margaritaville. His comments will surely draw attention in some circles. But I'm wondering
what
Ambassador Walker has to say about all of that.
I guess, not the comments themselves, but just the timing of it.
Well, I get Ambassador Walker. I mean, if he knows about good air and bad air, he knows about good investments and bad investments. And obviously, there's some red flags.
Well, it's no secret that this administration has, very close ties with China and the Chinese, and there's nothing, inherently wrong with that. I don't have a problem with that. There are quite a few in the administration that were perhaps educated in China. A couple of, what would be someone, I know Anglophiles, so probably Sinophiles. Quite a few Sinophiles in this administration that have close ties and love China.
Means they love China.
Love China, love the Chinese culture.
So when it comes to Chinese food, am I a Sinophile when it comes to...
Maybe. I don't know. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. Nothing wrong with Mr. Davis saying that we have a close relationship. That's the reality. This administration does have a close relationship. But the timing of it, considering, us seemingly being drawn into a geopolitical struggle between the United States,
correct, because
and China.
We have strong ties with America too. So technically, we're caught in between two people who don't like each other, but we they friends. So we gotta be the one in the middle talking about. Man, listen.
But they pretend to like each other to an
come
extent.
on.
But they just don't like when they're friends, like the other friend. Too. It's
They only pretend to be friends for one reason: a fiscal credit. We hope you pay that back one day.
I think when the article says that, it's going to raise eyebrows, it's just because of the timing of it. But this is the beginning of the Chinese New Year. Mr. Davis, like I said, and other prime ministers have finished well. Friends with China. China's our friends.
China's been friends.
They're not an enemy of this country. Neither is the United States. But when you're doing this little geopolitical dance, timing and statements matter. So I don't know if I would be waxing poetic to that extent, Mr. PM. But you got this, and you know the administration's theme. Trust me, bro. It's the Trust Me, Bro administration.
Or
Trust me, bro. So I hope y'all got this.
Or the new one is how do you want me to respond to that?
Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads. Hi, caller. Did we lose that caller?
Right,
lost that caller. Call us back.
Let me jump to the text lines. Naughty and MJ, who paying for the PLP party on Monday at Bahama? Did they pay back the money for the trip to Bermuda? Bermuda Gate still remains a mystery.
We never got the receipts. You say, show me the receipts. We
Judge
never
Judy,
got
show me the receipts.
Never got the receipts on
I'm
that.
the boss,
I feel like we
applesauce.
paid, but we paid for it up front, so I don't know if we were reimbursed.
The PLP didn't pay for it.
No, we paid for it, so I don't know if we were reimbursed.
And if you did pay for it, then show us the receipts. Did they give the teachers and nurses contractors that payback that paychecks yet? No. And the public clinics, all they do is replace the ceiling tiles when they turn black. Staff sick all the time. Response was, well, mold everywhere.
Oh, no.
Dear Jesus.
Not the hospital.
Naughty and MJ asked Clint Watson to ask PM on live TV to please tell us the date for the next general election, and while at it, why he didn't release the tension off of Adrian Gibson.
I feel like it's going to be May or...
Well, that's amazing. This
further.
administration has held Mr. Gibson before the courts for about 4 years. But one of their top generals in Grand Bahama, Michelle Reckley...
It's been over 4.5 years.
And can't go to court yet.
This is a long time for that
And
case
I think
to be
it was
running, but that's in
almost $1.2 million in misappropriations of Dorian funds.
But that's in front of the
Building
courts now,
funds.
so that would be the judging that. And,
Right.
it's just unfortunate that case is running so long.
Were you referring to the,
No, I'm saying that it's
the Gibson
not,
case?
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to keep the separation
Right.
between from the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. That is playing out in the judiciary. So,
Correct.
That's where that lies.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to get to the break. Flip side of the break, MJ and I'll hop back in. We'll talk some more politics. And, of course, we'll talk some more sports. All right, let me get these last couple to the break. Naughty and MJ, my niece who has a PhD, told me that she could no longer stomach the nefarious activity at NIB. She left and is now working in the USA. The brain drain is killing us. And guess what? This is something that pains me to say. Young people have better options elsewhere than here, and we need to change that.
You do.
We do.
We do.
You're listening to the Friday, February 13th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with MJ and your company right up until 6 p.m. Flip side of the break, we'll do some more hot topics, and then we'll get into sports. And, of course, like I said, it is Friday, heading into the weekend, heading into Valentine's. Make sure.
Say it.
Valentine's.
Love it.
And
Bohemians have a sexy accent, too, I mean, just those European countries.
Yeah.
Like Valentine's, not on a... It sounds, could sound a little sexy. Could.
Man, listen, you know when you say you roll up in Bahamian and you hear a sweet thing. You look so sweet.
You're listening to Talking Heads on Guardian Radio.
Answer one question for Mom.
What?
If I told you you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me still?
We got to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Go.
Not another.
Was your daddy an astronaut? Because I want to know who stole the stars and put them in your eyes. How about that, girl?
Don't use that one, guys. We'll be right back.
You want one Kong salad?
She never leave me lonely. Yeah. She am my first love. Yeah. the kind of love that she give to me.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape, a Carib-Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more. There's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good food, it's an experience.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you want them debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Join me, Naughty, Earl the Pearl, and the rest of the crew from the Press Box each and every Sunday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM as we talk sports. All of your Major League sports, Major League Baseball, the NFL, and the NBA each and every Sunday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. right here on Guardian Radio. It's the Press Box. All the sports, all the time. See you on Sunday.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
All right, we're back at you on the Friday, February 13th edition of Talking Heads. Mr. Producer, that line up? All right, hold on a second. Because y'all believe I play it. Y'all believe I play? Watch this. You thought I wouldn't do it? I could do it. Just let me get up on the table.
No, don't you dare.
Run the track.
Do you have insurance? Do you have insurance to cover this?
Run the track.
Legal. Oh, no. No.
I'm the only man that can rock your world.
Is this too much?
Look at me while the song plays.
This is too much.
Get it, girl.
Oh,
Get it, girl.
Oh, my.
Y'all thought I wasn't going to break the 2 Live crew out for y'all?
Amazing.
Run that drop, Mr. Producer. Respect. Let's go. Uncle Luke, here we go.
For a while, with your big rocks and a pretty smile. Every guy call you sexy, but your man is weak. He can't satisfy you, baby. I'm your freak. If you want a real man, the man is
the late brother Marquis doing it to you right now.
Cause where you're going is into my world. Just straight up love it. Come in, get it, girl. Don't stop.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Get it, girl.
When you come to me, all you do is ask, cause your fulfillment is my only.
All right, let me break that down. You can break it down. Now, to anybody old school who been to college in Florida like me, you all know you could have heard that at Manhattan's and at Strawberries, and that's all I can say.
Yeah, that's all you're going to say.
Opalaka Hialeah.
Say. All right, let's go back to the text line. This texter says, Naughty.
1 second. You want a lot?
Yeah.
I get your crump.
You see what happens?
I get your stitch.
Ill-advised. Ill-advised. But did you have fun, though? Because as long as you had fun,
yeah, man.
I'm good with it.
I had some good times right there.
Little memories there.
Don't stop, get it. Luke Skywalker.
And then you hit the age where you do have to stop or, you know.
No, not good memories, because when Luke Skywalker was playing, Miami-Dade police was always involved. Party shut down. this, that, obscene language.
You want me to tell you something? Like growing up, we could not listen to Luke Skywalker. Like my dad literally banned that music from the house. And then one of my sisters, I'm not calling any names, but got like the cassette.
I know which one.
Throwback,
I don't call no name.
And then we were listening to it. And if you ever hear that music like uncensored.
You mean the one who said with me?
It is crazy. I'm not calling any names.
I believe it's the one who said with me.
I ain't dry snitching.
Sis, if that's you who would watch, I know. You see, us veterans got to show the youth what time it is.
This texter says, Naughty, are you and MJ going to the Valentine's Day show by watching Beres Hammond and Taurus Riley tomorrow night? Are you going to sit on your porch and listen to music live?
Stop. Exactly. First of all, me and Joe Bet don't go two steps, so she ain't going to give us no free ticket. Okay?
Is that the only campaign that was giving up free tickets? No, nobody else?
Yeah, yeah. And then, anybody who's there, Fashion Nova ain't got to give me no ticket.
I will say this. Both artists, great artists. We've heard them a couple of times
Correct.
before.
And we've been to multiple concerts locally and internationally. And I could be honest with you. Me and MJ could sit right on the porch. She got her bottle of bubbly. I'll have my libation of choice. And we will listen to that concert for the free till the cows come home. And guess what? I could personally be honest with you. Mad props to Beres Hammond. Legend, veteran entertainer. I salute you, Father Beres. You know that. We've met before. Love your music. Next gentleman on the card, Mr. Taurus Singy Riley. Big respect, Mr. Riley. You're another one of my favorites. Big respect. Enjoy yours. But I'll be honest with you. Beres, me and you got to talk. I am a grown, rusty man. If I pay $100 to see you sing, and I in that front row, and I want to sing Do Not Disturb or Rock Away or whatever, how dare you, after I pay my money, look at me and say, hush, children. Hush, children.
In other words, don't sing?
Man, Beres, we've been listening to you on CD, on iPod, for life.
No,
we
it's
grew up
word,
on you.
no,
We
it's
done
word
listen
for
to
word.
you sing uninterrupted. We
Bar
know
for
it word
bar.
for word. So we in your presence and we want bust off. How dare you tell us, hush, children. Hush my behind, I singing.
Here's hoping it starts on time, though. That's usually one of the things I worry about with concerts like that, because the last one was going till like 4 o'clock in the morning. That was crazy. And we could hear it. It was loud. Yeah, we could hear it. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Hello.
How are you?
Man, I don't know. You guys have any other topic? Because I just have to say something I'm off my chest. You guys have a special topic or anything?
Go ahead. Get it off your chest.
Okay, I mean, 2 incidents. The one where the man got 40 years for that little girl. I mean, no one knows he even got arrested. No one see when the trial is in, but all we know when he got sentenced. I really don't like that.
Okay.
And the second thing is that when I was watching the Miss Miller show, I was catch the police planting drugs. Now, that is so disturbing in this country. The reason I believe that they don't want something because they got so much things to hide. What they should do right now, like they do in America, pull that officer, show his face, make him shame, just like they will make everybody shame, immigration officer shame, defense force officer shame, make him shame, fire him. And every case that he handles, they should let those boys go free. Can you imagine? Listen, guys, can you imagine if that camera wasn't there? Those boys would have served up to 7 to 8 years in jail.
For
nothing.
It is quite disturbing. I agree with you, caller. It is quite disturbing what we've seen in the press so far. I know the Minister of National Security says that the body-worn cameras were on and operational.
But
from him about that pretty soon.
The way he got on his soapbox and berated the previous Minister of National Security when he was in opposition for lack of use of drones, which came out to be a different story.
Yeah,
Mr. Dames was vindicated in that.
Mm-hmm.
The body cams were not being used. He was critical of Mr. Dames and that regime not using the body cams and said that 1 second, bro. I get to you right now. And said that he would ensure that body cams are worn. And 4.5 years into this administration, body cams will.
Well, he said that these officers had them on.
Go ahead, bro.
I agree with you. I'm tired of the secrecy in this country. We always say America has got high standards. Why can't the public see body cams? I'm tired of these people when they have body cams. They could edit it. They could dock it. They could do anything to them body cams.
Wow,
Nobody
that's a
can
lack
be,
of
be
trust.
shown live. We are too close up as a nation. We hiding everything. We are only giving the public what we want to give the public.
Yeah.
This is not an open country. Everything is hiding, but nobody wants to expose.
All right, brother.
Yeah.
Now, what I want you to do now, though, you made some great points. Don't
sounds
be a
like me on
stranger.
some things.
But I
Very-
want you to
very
breathe,
passionate.
Musa, and get into your Valentine weekend and love yourself.
Let's talk about a little bit of what he mentioned, though. The Minister
Very
of National
valid
Security
points, and I
did say that
understand his
those
passion.
officers were wearing body cameras. Obviously, I think the story was carried in one of the dailies about an officer seen on video dropping something. It hasn't been confirmed what was dropped, but this looks really bad. This looks very bad for a police force that has been hit with multiple accusations of late.
Correct.
And the fact that the turnaround time on information is so slow. So you say they did wear body cameras. I assume they're operational. I assume you got
Correct.
the recording.
Hopefully they were on.
And then you kind of say that, and then do you disappear for a week or two before you come back to the public and say X, Y, Z? Someone needs to say something.
Allow me to put the spin on it that I feel
Don't even.
will come from this administration.
Don't even.
No, please allow me. Please allow me.
Go ahead.
Please.
Go ahead.
We have done, and basically on the heels of those voice notes that were determined to be
Oh no.
AI or non.
Oh, no.
Well, I could see this happening here. Well,
Oh,
we
no.
after further investigation, the officer involved has a long history of allergies and hay fever. He was sick the night of work with heavy cold symptoms. And that was a tissue because he was blowing his nose at the same time of conducting his search. And he had to put down the said tissue because it had too much snot in it because he was ill.
This is so much. You know
And
what?
that is what happened, and that is what he put down. Nothing here to see. There is no corruption on the squad, just a bad head coach.
The other day when the lawyer for the officer that, eventually was found guilty in the drug case in the Southern District of New York, when that lawyer lambasted and talked about a system of corruption, it sounded like the commissioner of police was offended. Wayne Monroe, the minister of national security, everybody's like, oh, how dare he? But then you see these things happening and you're slow to respond.
Crazy. Let's get to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Naughty.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Listen, now I stand to be corrected, and I'm not here to defend the police, but is that the same young man who pleaded guilty to the drugs in court today?
Ma'am?
I heard on the news today that there was that same case. Let me know if I'm not right.
Well, in all fairness, I can't tell you
Because
whether you're right or wrong.
Carefully, according to the newspaper, the other family members were released, right? But if that is the same case, that accused person went to court today and pleaded guilty for the alleged drugs that they are claiming that the police officer planted in the yard.
All right, ma'am, now, let me break it down to you like this. I understand your point that you're saying, right? But when you look at a police force that has allegations of corruption swirling around it on multiple levels, when you see a videotape like this with an officer potentially working outside and afoul of the law, it speaks to said corruption that allegedly may be going on in the force.
And I think-
because it stems from this. If you are
Naughty, I know the system. I know, but I'm only saying. I'm not.
Yeah, we're not. I hear you, ma'am.
I'm just trying to find out if this is the same person.
I do not know.
I do not know. I have to read that article,
know.
and I'll have to get. I'm not. You know this show. We come with the facts. So if I haven't had a chance to address it, which now is a topic I will look at, I will follow up.
Yes, because it's the same person or legend, and if they did it, they wrong. I really don't care about what the police do, but they really should be fair and be honest. But I only want to know.
Yeah,
right.
We want a good force.
I'm not sure.
But then
Thank
again,
you so much, caller.
You got to look at it like this too. And let me just from amount of cops that I've watched and the amount of documentaries I've watched, including the Rampart District in LA. When you have officers, and I'm not saying the officers are corrupt, but hypothetically, if you have officers that are running afoul of the law, running shakedowns, This is something that goes along with the territory. You find said alleged drug dealer, you put the clamps on them. If they refuse to pay, then you do the shakedown, and all of a sudden a gun showed up. All of a sudden drugs showed up. It's been going on in the States. They've had multiple officers go to jail because they tried to meet their ticket quotas on the highway. They planted marijuana, cocaine, drugs, guns on innocent people, and it was a problem. So if you do your due diligence, if you have on your body cameras, if you have your drones, if you have the right data taking techniques and storage of evidence, then you will be able to determine what the situation is. But right now, under the circumstances that we're operating on, there are gray areas. And at the end of the day, you don't want an officer to be wrongly accused, but you don't want an innocent person to go to jail for something they didn't do, especially an officer afoul of the law.
And I think most Bahamians would wholeheartedly agree with that. I think we have sufficient civilian oversight. We know that ultimately the Commissioner of Police is going to have to answer to this, right? But we do have a Minister of National Security that should be coming to us with some information. I do not expect a rush to judgment. I recognize that in this particular culture, it may take time. But let us be honest about this fact. Many times we have heard that investigations are going to take place and then there's no resolution. We're hearing stuff out of New York, the Southern District of New York. What happened?
Isn't that supposed to come out
What
soon?
happened to we had a commissioner of police resign over when that case came to light, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the investigation that was supposed to be happening here? Because maybe such an investigation would reveal some of the weak spots that we have to admit do exist in our law enforcement fraternity. It's there.
There's a lot left to be desired.
Is everybody a bad officer? No, I know quite a few that are so excellent at their jobs. But we cannot play blind, deaf, and dumb.
They're all
like
bad apples. Maybe the whole bunch ain't spoiled.
And they're describing it as corruption. We see the case in New York seems to be, they can hit them with a RICO charge because it looks like a conspiracy. Many officers involved. We cannot play blind, deaf, and dumb and act like everything's perfect, it's all good. No, we know that some things are wrong. And if we did the investigation, maybe it would reveal some of this. So this is what I would like to hear from our government and from our Commissioner of Police. What is the status of the investigation that was started after what was revealed in the Southern District of New York revealed? Where are we on that? Come back to us. Tell us where we are.
Honestly.
In that case and many others that may involve different officers. Where are we on that?
Naughty and MJ, I'm carrying my wife to Barris because we're concert
there you
together.
Go.
Naughty VIP is $165. Listen, enjoy it to the fullest 52.
Have fun.
Hug it tight, squeeze it tight when them special songs come on. Get round the back, put your hand round the waist and muggle. And if Barris tell you hush, tell him by Naughty say shut up and sing, Barris. I didn't pay my money.
So wrong.
Now here's another one. Naughty MJ, good afternoon. That officer should be charged with possession of dangerous drugs and planting evidence and illegal entry. No search warrant. Do you believe this is the first time? This seems like a routine for the officers. Naive if you do not believe this is the first time.
We have problems. Big problems.
Naughty and MJ, could you imagine if the FNM did not win the general election in 1992 and Hubert Ingram opened up the airwaves, then there would be no Naughty and MJ or Guardian Radio or any other open media in the Bahamas. And yes, and that is one thing I will always say. Mr. Ingram had some faults. There's some things that I even disagreed on. But overall body of work, overall substance and character of a man and trying to deliver on what he say. He got the nickname Delivery Boy for a reason. And I will always say, you could say only so much about Papa, because if he didn't open up the airwaves, exactly like you said, I wouldn't have a career. MJ wouldn't have the opportunities. She's mad, but she could have done other things outside of radio.
But the country itself would be so different.
But the country needed it, because at the end of the day, there was only an option of Z&S back in the day. And I could tell you, coming home from school with a college degree in broadcasting and be told, Z&S for $125 a week. What?
That would have been rough even back then.
But thank God Mr. Ingram opened the airwaves, and God bless him, he's still alive to this day, Mr. Henry Saunders and Mrs. Henry Saunders, and indirectly, my good brethren, Big Belly Galen Saunders. Listen.
She said Big Belly.
That's my boy. Mm-hmm. I could have done a dolphin joke or a belly joke. I went with the belly joke. Galen, all right with me. They gave me and Brad Gibson. Can't forget Brad. And the man who made it happen, Killer B, Brian Gibson, working with me at Breeze, was like, no, you need to be on the radio. I can get you on. And he pushed that door open. Those were opportunities that we had.
Based on a policy decision.
On a policy decision. And I, and MJ indirectly, but I'll speak for myself now, have managed to parlay this into a great career and reinvent myself because of opportunities provided initially by that 1992 Ingram administration. And did I tell Pop about his behind on certain things? Yes.
But respectfully.
Mm-hmm. But you can't beat up your gum and throw him under the bus on slack without me trying to at least defend this point. Because I appreciate him opening up the airwaves. It allowed us to have actual factual information. It allowed us to get the information without certain people who are chairman now, who used to control the news on ZNS. People who used to burn the Constitution back in the day and send it to the prime. Yeah, they used to try to control this. And honest to God, everyday information like we needed here that we see today. Grand Bahama must change. Davis Hill's strong relationship between Bahamas and China. But back in the day, we would have got that. Today, you get hospital deal with Chinese regulations and Chinese law. We would have never heard that back in the day. We would have just heard new hospital coming, provided by the PLP. It's a great thing. Everybody sing, everybody dance. And then later on, you realize
what had happened was there's mold and we need remediation. So the moral of the story is that policy decisions matter. And if you want to take the lesson just one step higher, and I know we've heard this a lot, but it is so true. Elections matter. Elections matter.
Naughty and MJ, all the public clinics, all they do is replace the ceiling tiles when they turn black.
That is very disturbing.
Naughty, if it's the same person, he was probably threatened to plead guilty to cover up the scandal
we don't want to go too far into speculation. I don't know if that case is still before the court, where the investigations are, but we hear you. And trust me, a lot of Bahamians feel the same way and are going to be keeping our eyes on this particular case because it is egregious if what is being alleged actually took place.
MJ and Naughty, this is 2026. It's the year of exposure.
Did Cat Williams start up again? Remember last time they said the year of exposure, he started up. So,
yep.
You be our Cat Williams. Started up.
Before we get out of it, we got a couple of things to do, but I got to line something up. So say something nice to the people, my love. I better have.
Well,
in a second.
Yeah, I know, right? You wait till I have to take a sip of water.
That was bad time, and I apologize.
Tell me, I want you to tell me well, you already said you did a coupon book. What else is happening this weekend? Give the guys some idea of the romantic things that they could do, especially the last minute.
Okay.
The last minute Valentine's preppers. What do they do?
All right, for last minute, right?
Yes.
And if you're balling on a budget.
Which is cool, what the majority of us are doing in this particular climate.
I'll be honest with you. They have some very affordable Valentine dinners at Naughty Johnny's.
Oh,
Green Parrot.
Lovely.
Margaritaville, PI.
Excellent.
All right, they got some good things going on. Shout out to Carnival, too. They got some things popping. You have your other higher-end, swankier restaurants got it going on as well,
Are they doing the thing where, because let me tell y'all, and I'm going to be 100% real about this, I'm not going any place that charges like $40 for a filet, $45, $50 for a filet mignon on today, and then tomorrow suddenly it's $150. Like, yeah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening.
Great.
That ain't happening.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it too, if you really bought it on a budget, I can be honest with you. Go to 700 Wines, get you a nice bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Go by KFC, get you the love bucket.
Okay.
Get you a blanket, get you some pillows, get you some flowers, because
Yes.
that's still into it. Find a nice beach, because it's still in between cold and warm. Go cuddle out under the stars, play some nice music. Tell her how much you love her, look at the stars, take in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll hit home too, because it's just you and her.
And the waves.
And the waves, and it's special, and it's in the moment, and she don't know you broke.
It won't matter.
All right.
Listen, it won't matter at that point.
But
got the waves. Rich with the waves.
I just, everybody, have a good Valentine. Have a safe Valentine.
Safe.
Enjoy yourself. Remember, it's the thought that counts. So, ladies, I know some of y'all get upset. Y'all don't see $1 million come through the door in gifts.
Don't try it.
The man love you. Fellas, If the lady give you a little something for Valentine, it's the thought that counts. Don't look for no, well, you supposed to cook me lobster and this and that. Sometimes you just got to roll with the wave. Ride the contraction like a wave. Not the brave wave. You'll drown in that one. But a regular wave, you ride that contraction. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. But if you love each other, it's the little things that count. And the fact that you are together for another Valentine's, that is what counts. All right? And if you get that huge Valentine, great. And if you get that small Valentine, great. The matter is, you got a Valentine. And you, whether you're married or you got your steady girlfriend, enjoy it. And another little bit of Bahamian honor, too. All y'all scandalous heifers, male and female, y'all don't get nothing. Y'all rotten,
Who's scandalous?
no good, home wrecking, sweetheart type.
Oh, no.
Y'all don't get nothing on
no.
Valentine. You can get nothing. You don't look to get nothing.
Valentine fall on a Saturday.
You get nothing. So you may as well just go get together in a crew and have a pity party and watch reruns or something. All right? The Valentine is for the lovers. And I support the lovers, the genuine lovers who love each other and respect their commitment and respect their marriage or respect their relationship. This time is for us. All right? The people who keep it real. You're all home wrecking, no good
Can
people.
you just say something nice?
You all have a good Valentine, too.
Happy Valentine's, everyone.
With each other.
Happy Valentine's, everyone. Have a safe weekend.
And me, I going home, they shoot my beautiful wife with my arrow. And Mr. Producer done give me 3 Luke Skywalker songs to get busy with. Don't stop, get it. We'll tell you how good it was on Monday. Enjoy your Valentine weekend. And like I say, trust me, for MJ, this your boy Naughty. In the words of Bharat, wah, 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 it's going to be very nice in my household. See you Monday. One more thing. Before I get out of here, you, Missy, look me in the face and let me tell you this. I love you. You complete me. And I would not be the man I am today without you by my side. Not behind me, but by my side. I love you more today than I did yesterday, and I will always continue to drink your bath water.